and you and I pay attention a lot, Deion has not been as vocal the last month. Am I right or wrong about that?
You're right, and I take all the credit for that, Matt. I mean, I was all over him and about, win some games.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And so as everybody knows, Paul Finebaum and Deion Sanders have had this sort of back and forth for the past couple of years in the media. And Paul Finebaum has definitely taken his shots.
Colorado is nothing. They don't matter. They're irrelevant in the big picture of college football.
See some naysayers out there talking about, hey, we think Coach Prime is playing daddy ball.
Is that only pertinent to me? Because I've seen some other coaches' kids play as well, and I never heard that. So is that just me?
Come on now.
Is that just me because of who I am and what I stand for and how I get down? But man, my critics got critics. Why would I answer a critic?
I love it.
My critics got critics. So I would be a fool to sit up here and entertain a critic. That don't make sense to me.
And so now that Coach Prime and Colorado are sitting at 5-2 and looking like a bowl team at the very least, Paul Finebaum wants to take the credit.
And you and I pay attention a lot. Deion has not been as vocal the last month. Am I right or wrong about that?
You're right, and I take all the credit for that, Matt. I mean, I was all over him and about, win some games, do some. I'm kidding, of course, but this is what should be going on. We should be appreciating and complimenting Deion Sanders for what he does on the field, not for the show. And that's what irritated a lot of people. He was getting credit. We were being asked ridiculous questions, but...
And so I would call this a 180, but this is more than a 180. This is not only flipping the script of what you originally thought of Coach Prime and Deion Sanders.
Anyone asking whether Deion Sanders and Colorado are close to the playoffs simply doesn't understand the reality of the road. They're not going to the playoffs this year, and I'm not sure Deion Sanders is ever going to get them to the playoffs. But
And I know Paul Finebaum said that he was making a joke. It was only a joke and it was in jest and it wasn't being serious.
You're right, and I take all the credit for that, Matt. I mean, I was all over him and about, win some games, do some. I'm kidding, of course, but
like they say, like the saying goes, there's always a little bit of truth behind every joke. And so I believe there was more than a little bit of truth behind Paul Finebaum's joke. But it's all good, it's all love, because he went on ESPN and he did another 180.
They came into the season predicted to finish 11th in their conference. We were questioning whether or not they were going to win 4 games. If Deion Sanders gets this team to 8 or 9 wins and they are in a bowl game, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the National Coach of the Year.
Shay, what's so remarkable right now, I mean, they are still in the race for the Big 12. Now, why is that important? If somehow they can pull an upset or two, and it's very possible based on what we're seeing, and they get in that championship game and then pull the shocker of all shockers, and I think that's a long shot, but it's possible, then we're actually talking CFP. Now, I know that's a little bit getting ahead of my skis here, and it doesn't take away or change the conversation about Stephen A. and Coach of the Year. I think that is dead on.
And so there's no doubt about it. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, should definitely have his name at the top of the list when it comes to the Coach of the Year candidates. With what he's done with Colorado, taking that program from a 1-11 team, a 1-win team, less than 2 years ago to where they are right now, sitting at 5-2, with an outside chance to make the college playoffs. That's huge. Taking a program, like I said, that's been irrelevant for the past couple of decades and bringing them into the fold and right into the thick of things, because that's exactly where they're at. They're not in the SEC, but the Big 12 is way more competitive than a lot of people thought it was going to be. You got BYU, who's ranked at number 11 right now. You got Iowa State, ranked at number 10 right now. And you got Kansas State, in which Colorado and Coach Prime should have definitely won that game. They had some questionable calls at the very end of that game, as you all know. I posted a video about it the other day. And not only that, they lost 3 of their star players. 3 of their star receivers went out early in that game. And so that's a game that they lost by 3 that they should have won. And right now, Colorado should be ranked, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, those kinds of things happen. Questionable calls happen. Injuries happen. It's a part of the game, but it doesn't negate that Colorado's right there. They're right there. They should be a ranked team. And really, it's just a matter of time. I think they're going to go on a win streak here. I don't see them losing against Cincinnati this week. You never know. You never know. You know, you got to play the game. But with how they're playing right now, I don't see anybody outside of the Big Three within the Big 12 beating them. I don't see it. But we're going to see. We're going to see how it plays out. Like I said, they got a big game coming up against Cincinnati, another team that's sitting at 5-2 right now and 3-1 within the Big 12. And so that's going to be another big game. Every week is a big game. Every week is a must-win if they're trying to make it to the college championship or even a Big 12 championship. I think they're going to have to win out. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section about your boy Paul Finebaum doing the 180 on ESPN and saying that he had a hand in the success of Coach Prime. And now all of a sudden Coach Prime is Coach of the Year worthy. Can't make it up, but go ahead and let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. And as usual, peace and chaos.